17 years ago, he went to England to work as a waiter. His last job was at the Hilton. Now, back in Sutera, he finds that enthusiasm and enterprise are not much use without customers.
How you can run in business? How? Because a lot of people live in this place, you see, lots of them. You see, I can understand that. See, for example, the couple over there went to North Italy. A daughter and the mother went away to England to join with the husband. There, the girls, you see the girls over there, the woman, she's used to be 4 years in England, now she got to Turin. Now, you see over there next to the front of us, 2 girls, 4 boys that went away to Turin, to work in Turin. Next to it, went to Switzerland. So how can I running? You see, what I'm going to do? I'm really in trouble now. I settle down to Sutera and then I have to go again.
And as the people go, so the traditions die. Sant'Onofrio is the patron saint of Sutera. Every year his bones are carried in a silver casket down from the mountain into the village.
Sant'Onofrio would come down in a big procession with all the path either side of him and all the mountain aflame, and you could see that for miles and miles around. Nowadays, the authorities consider that setting fire to the mountain is too risky, and that's not done. And since the people are not prepared to bring the saint down from up the mountain to the church, just for the sake of faith, they want to get paid for what they consider is work instead of keeping a tradition, which is very characteristic of the place.
There used to be 5,000 people living in Sutera. Today, except in these few weeks of summer, there is half that number.
When we do finally go back, it's not as if we really belong there. We always seem to mention the places that we've been to and the advantages of the other places compared to Sutera. And you've got the frustration of the young people who are in Sutera all the time. They meet these other people who come from abroad and listen to what they have to say about other worlds and other countries. They are there and they know that they'll be there for years and years. And although they want to leave Sutera, there's a certain fear and a certain awareness that if they leave, they'll be in the same boat as everybody else, with a family split up and all the other problems that go with immigration.
The separation of families, of parents from children, of husband from wife, is something deeply felt by the Suterese. Enzo Mancuso is 17. All 3 of his older brothers are abroad.
One morning, when I was a child, about 6, my mother received a telegram saying my brother, who was working in England, was coming home. Later that day, when I was playing in the street, suddenly I heard a thunder in the sky. It was this huge airliner overhead. I rushed home, and in front of our door was this beautiful car, obviously foreign made. And I went upstairs, and in my room, there, shaving, was my brother. When I hear the word immigration, those three things come to my mind. When he used to come home, was not his presents, his sweets that I looked forward to. It was the leathery scent of his travel bag, the scent of a British travel bag that came from a faraway country. Emigration. What meaning that word has for us. Here in Sutera, we seem only to experience life through our dreams, through our aspirations. We can look at the sky and imagine other worlds, other places, but we know that it's only when we get out of here, escape, will we find any solution for ourselves.
What then is it about this town that holds its people so tenaciously to its mountain and its past? Bitter with memories, yet reluctant to change. It has no factories, business is a few shops, and as the young leave and the old retire, the fields and olive groves stand neglected.
This piece of land, you see, when he died, he left it to his sons. So he split that land all into little bits. I mean,
well, it weren't worth it, was it? Look at it.
Well, right. When the father was alive, in the old traditional way, it did work.
But they're all old-age pensioners now, aren't they? All the young uns go out.
Go out. They're all there, sitting in the piazza, sitting down with their diploma, doing nothing.
For myself, I don't believe that immigration will solve the problems that we have in Sicily. I feel that to revive Sicily, you have to bring back the young people, bring back my generation, and start building on from there.
There was a time when this land was cultivated. Here, a couple of miles from Sutera, Mello's family grew beans and wheat and olives.
Yeah, this is the lane. That's the house where Granddad and my mum used to stay in sometimes.
Today, more and more young Suterese wonder whether they should not return to this land.
Well, I want to come back for the start, and I've talked to many people up there. They say they want to. If everything was organised,
No one's going to do it. It's an easier life.
Well,
Factories.
for some,
Yeah.
factories is an easier life.
For most, yeah.
Well, just a point
More
of view.
money, less work. We both know this world and the other world, and
Well,
the other is easier, much easier.
But they say it's a bit bad during the winter. When it starts raining, wind, it's quite cold. But I mean, even that, you can overcome that. I mean, the road is only out there. You can come by car or by anything. Build yourself a little house if it rains.
I agree with you with all that, but no one wants to do it.
Well, I want to do it.
Yeah,
That's
you're the exception. You're the
No.
form.
In this town, people are like sheep. Just want somebody to start, and everybody goes into it.
Yeah,
Such plans and dreams, though, are for tomorrow and a long way off. For Mello and the family, there is a holiday to be enjoyed.
Nessuno mai, nessuno mai, nessuno, nessuno. Telefonarmi tu non puoi perché a quest'ora tocca a lei starti vicino.
While parents talk of old times, the young take off to the seaside and the highway discotheques, reassured by the pace and movement of a now familiar modernity.
E mi addormento coi complessi di un bambino.
3 weeks are soon gone. Just time enough to renew old friendships, furnish the house, and to ponder on the thought of those pensioned years to come. that others are leaving. Soon the Nicastros will go too. The village will be left to those who stay behind. The old, who remember the past, without much regret, and the young who argue the future and dream. Many will go, and some return, and nothing much will change. Sutera, suspended in time on its mountain, will still be there next year, and the next.
The actual time when you've got to detach yourself from your house, your friends, and that town, it's always something which hits you as if it was a new experience, just leaving it for the first time.
Mamma mia, me ne voglio a travagliare un coggia lo sole e t'allassare con tanto dolore. A travagliare un coggia lo sole e t'allassare con tanto dolore. Mamma mia, me ne voglio a travagliare un coggia lo sole e t'allassare con tanto dolore. A travagliare un coggia lo sole e t'allassare con tanto dolore. A travagliare un coggia